Should you draft Josh Jacobs in fantasy football this year? Well, let's talk about it. You know, Josh Jacobs reminds me a lot of a Toyota Prius. He's not really the flashiest guy around, and he might not ever really be an elite car choice, but he's reliable, and he gets the job done, and that's really all we can ask a lot of the time. Josh Jacobs finished last year as the RB6 and is currently going as the RB9 or the 23rd overall player. And I think this is really important to mention. Josh Jacobs finished last year as a top 6 RB, and now he's being honestly underdrafted. I was worried coming into the season that Josh Jacobs might get a huge spike and he might be a fringe first-round pick, sort of like Kyren Williams was 2 years ago based on the production he put up this year. However, he's really being underdrafted compared to what he put up last year. Last year, he was a really solid RB1. He had having 8 games over 20 points and only 1 game less than 10. I mean, he was consistently at least mid, which is honestly, a lot of the time, that's what I'm looking for in a running back. Like a running back who has 20-point upside, but also isn't going to drop less than 10 and tank a week for me. Like, that is good. And right now, Josh Jacobs is going as either a low-end RB1 or an elite RB2, possibly the best RB2 in the class, based on where you can get him. If you pair him with such as Bijan Robinson, like, he's just elite. I mean, there's not really much to worry about with Jacobs. He has no competition. Marshawn Lloyd at a USC, people were worried that he was going to eat into Josh Jacobs' workload last year. Didn't really happen. I don't really think there's a reason for it to happen this year. Josh Jacobs got all of the carries he wanted last year. He went over 300 carries. And, you know, there is a little bit of concern that maybe the only reason he wasn't very efficient last year is my point. He kind of did rely on those 300 carries to get the job done. He only averaged 4.4 yards per carry, but that's not bad. He also did have a career high in touchdowns with 15, but so there is room for, he might regress a little bit back, but he scored 12, 13 touchdowns twice before in his career, so there's no reason to believe that he couldn't put up another double-digit touchdown season, and there's no reason to think that he couldn't put up similar yardage. I mean, one of the knocks is he is only a decent pass catcher. He's never really been an elite one, but, that's fine. He gets the job done in the passing game, and he really is just a reliable player, I feel like, who he might not have a very high ceiling, but I think his floor is pretty high, and I think he's just going to get the job done. So I'm going to give him a grade of an A. I do think he is, of course, he's ranked pretty well where he is at 9, and I don't think he might not have top 5 upside, but I do think he's a very solid pick.